really don't know where I belong. I've been trying for a long time, but the change I seek is taking a lot more energy than anticipated. And we all know I am not the patient type. I really thought I wanted to be in Philly, and most of the time that's still true. But other cities been calling my name, and sometimes it's so loud I just can't ignore it. Listen, I've been a big believer in following your dreams and whatever your heart is literally telling you at the moment. Like whatever feels right, whatever's good in this moment, whatever positive energy is kind of lingering, you sort of follow it like the plague. The good plague, but you follow it. You take risks as much as possible and learning to love even if it's overwhelming. Now, I am not saying I'm giving up on my Philly hopes and dreams, but I'm sort of being stunted by not seeing more of the Pacific Northwest. Now you know by my Twilight vlogs that I have never felt more bliss in a place I have never felt so much like home. Now I'm gonna let you in on a little secret into the witchcraft portion of this video. Manifestation. If you kind of don't know where you want to be, start browsing Zillow, start browsing apartments.com, shortlist.com, even Airbnb, just to get some sort of idea on envisioning what your life can be like in these places. It's this really simple, low cost, no cost way of trying to figure out what places look like, how your lifestyle would be there, what you would run into on like stylistic purposes. Like New York looks very different from San Diego, and San Diego looks very different from Seattle. There's different climates, there's different like furniture, there's different house structures. Like in New York, we have a lot of obviously apartment complexes, but we also have a lot of townhomes and brownstones and high ranch sort of 80s builds houses, even beyond that. But in Seattle, there's cabins and Victorian homes and just like different time periods of such, right? In New York City, we don't have many Victorian mansions because eventually they knock them down to build like duplexes and huge fucking skyscrapers. And I think it's a really cool thing to just look online to get a gist or the gist of what's to come if you're going to these places, or if you are teetering the idea of visiting them with the intent of staying. So what does that actually mean? It means that if you go online and you look through an Airbnb and you could see yourself living there for an extended period of time, or if you go on Zillow and you actually start talking to these landlords and these people that own these buildings or these apartments to kind of get the idea of how they communicate, how life is going to look like for you once you're there. And once you could kind of get over that hurdle, I feel like the manifestation of actually making it happen works better in your favor. For instance, if you guys have been watching my Philly apartment hunting vlogs, amazing, thank you so much. I haven't found anything yet, and I haven't found anything because one, I'm being a little picky, and two, the place that I envision myself living at is a lot more me than what I'm seeing online. And I'm teetering on the idea of, is Philly even my city if these places don't feel like a home to me? That's deeper than I need it to be right now, but for the sake of trying to explain what I mean in a form of manifesting these big moves, I am finding more comfort in the places I'm seeing in Seattle versus Philly. 3, 4. Crazy idea. I get a little hyperfixated on things. I get that. We could just ignore that for the grand sake of I had such an amazing time in the PNW, and I know I was only there for like 2 weeks, but that was an ample amount of time that I needed to know that I want to spend more time there. If you're looking to move anywhere, it doesn't matter, even if you're trying to move to a different country, go online and try to see the housing setups and if that's something that you're comfortable with and if that's something that works for you. Because in the States, granted, I know most of my subscribers are from the States, every state is so different, and I know like my UK followers and my European followers maybe don't understand that as much because it's country versus country rather state versus state. Some of our states are bigger than some of the countries in Europe, which is so crazy. So when you don't know where you want to be, there's so many options for you. A big step in my process is seeing if a place feels real to me. The idea of being able to envision a life for myself there. So granted, I was just talking about all of these things, but here is kind of like my short list on what I look for. I seek if I could make memories there, if there's a space for like my outfits and my lifestyle, like a big closet or a space in a home that is enough for me to film outfit videos and fashion videos, because that's something that's in the forefront of my brain right now. That's just something that's important to me, and I know it could sound silly to some people, and I'm not discrediting that silly because it's not. And even if you have a completely different career path, you could still care about these things too. Next, if friendships can be made, how I would go about it. Is there a coffee shop nearby? Is there a third place to be? Like a library or a mall or a shopping district or a thrift store or a sandwich place where it looks like local kind of girlies hang out. I don't know. Where I would spend my days when I'm not doing work. I look to see what the job market is like and what industries are there. If for some reason I decide one day to wake up and be like, I hate doing this and I hate doing marketing and I don't want to create or I don't want to blah blah blah, I look to see what is there for me. Like for instance, Urban Outfitters Anthropologie Free People has a headquarters in Philly. That is their headquarters. It's where it's always been. It's where it's going to continue to be. And there's a lot of work like that there in like the retail, corporate retail structure. Seattle, on the other hand, is very techy. Amazon is there. I think they have a Microsoft there. They have like this nice little walkable, cutesy, dootsy city. It has a lot of opportunity for that kind of specter. But you drive 20 minutes out and you're in a town that has little coffee shops on the side of the road, and it's bikini baristas and it's towny little diners, and it's just, you could kind of get whatever you want to get out of it. So the idea of knowing all of these things is to throw yourself in a vision and pretend that you actually are living there. Like when you go to sleep at night, think about it, scroll about it, and maybe sometimes, like even for me, I know I've been clearly dabbling this idea of Seattle, but now I keep getting things on my FYP about Seattle, which is making me learn more and engage more and see the lifestyle of girls my age there and see the lifestyle of boys my age there or girls younger than me or how their childhood was. And I follow this creator that's from Olympia, I think, Washington. She's from Washington State. Just like her lifestyle is very funny to me and it's very cute and it's like cool. But then I also follow this other creator that's from Vancouver that's only an hour away from Seattle, Canada. I'm not moving to Canada, but her lifestyle is so reminiscent of like this whimsical woodland fairy, and to see the two different sides of it following two different creators is so interesting. So just envisioning yourself as either one of them, not that you want their exact life, but seeing their lifestyle and their day-to-day like daily routine versus yours. If you're from, I don't know, Montana, or if you're from Miami, or if you're from Florence, Italy, like wherever the hell. It's just a very cool juxtaposition of understanding the differences between one place and how it could go either way dependent on what you want out of it. And when it's harboring your brain so much, it's bound to happen. This isn't all about moving or traveling either. This concept applies to anything you want in life, whether it's career or school or friendships or relationships or just like this sense of mindset. You could apply it to anything. It's just the idea of seeking what seeks you and doing these random, intricate little under the table sorts of steps to make it happen. It is for anything you want in this life. Constantly thinking about something in a positive way is manifestation at its finest. You can write it down. You can book refundable flights. You can book non-refundable flights. You can also apply to jobs like how we were just talking about. You can change your location on LinkedIn, on dating apps. No matter where I go, there's information out there for me to learn and for you to do something about. I still don't know where I want to be, but I know that in my own little romanticized world, wherever I end up will work out for me. Really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure that you're subscribed if you're new, or if you're old and you didn't realize that you didn't subscribe yet. That'd be so cool. And if you want to watch some of the Twilight vlogs where I did visit the Pacific Northwest, or if you want to watch some of the Philly apartment hunting tours, because there's a plethora of those as well, those are all on my channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!